Hello there. How you doing? This is the review of the CD1 debate that I just watched. It was just on WMUR. I hope you watched it. It was a very, very good debate. I think the first thing I want to say about it is, we Republicans, let me move over here. We Republicans have some awesome candidates for the first congressional district. I mean, I thought the candidates did well. I thought it was a really good debate. It was heated at times, but not too heated. I think it was an appropriate level of going back and forth and pointing out weaknesses. I thought the substance was good of the candidates. I thought it was just a great debate. Daniel Young, why should we vote for you? You're not from Daniel. I'm not running for any office. I don't know who you are, Daniel, but I'm not running. Okay, I mean, and I live in New Hampshire. Okay, Daniel, wake up, pay attention, Daniel. I'm not running for anything, and I live here. I've had a home here for 15 years. All right, but I'm not running for anything. Where do these people come from? Pay attention. At any rate, the debate I thought was awesome. Great candidates. I've got many notes here, and anyone that's on right now, please share your thoughts on the debate. That would be great. Like I said, it was a really good debate. I'm very proud of all the Republicans up there, and I think we ought to feel good about our candidates. A little bit of you probably heard some of this stuff about spending money and who's spending money against whom, and just to set that table so everyone is aware is Kevin McCarthy, the minority leader in the House, the Republican leader, and his various PACs have come in here with money supporting Matt Mowers and opposing Caroline Leavitt, a lot of money for a congressional primary. I think there's some other money coming in support of Caroline, some other money coming in opposing Matt, and there's some other money coming in supporting Gail Huff Brown, I believe. So that's sort of the lay of the land where money is flowing. As far as the fundraising goes, Gail Huff Brown has done a good job raising money. Caroline Leavitt has done a good job raising money. Most of Caroline's money has come from New Hampshire. Matt has done a good job raising money. A lot of his money comes from outside of New Hampshire. Tim, has raised some money. He put some of his own money into the campaign, which to me is a good sign that someone's willing to put their own money on the line. So that's sort of some foundational stuff that I think it's important for everybody to know. The polling, as you know, has had, I think, Matt and Caroline Leavitt pretty much tied at the top. How we vote at the federal. Yeah, Lisa, let me talk about that in a minute. Lisa Freeman, I'm going to go right to that comment about voting at the federal level around abortion. And let me answer it now. It was the question about would you vote for a federal ban on abortion? And I think everyone needs to remember what the Supreme Court said in the Dobbs decision, which is the decision that overturned Roe v. Wade. And what the Supreme Court said was, it's an issue for the states to decide. it's an issue for the states to decide. So essentially, the federal government ought to stay out of the abortion debate. So, any kind of federal ban on abortion would likely be unconstitutional. And I felt like Matt's answer to that was a little wishy-washy. I felt like Caroline's answer to that was not clear enough. But my opinion is the federal government ought to stay out of the abortion debate. Leave it up to the states. I am pro-life, so that's where I come from on the issue. So, let me go. And if you have other comments, please type them in there, and I'll address them as whatever you'd like me to address. But just to run through my let me give you my general impressions first. I thought the women candidates dominated this debate. I thought that Gail Huff Brown and Caroline Leavitt dominated this debate. I thought Gail came across as serious, passionate, experienced in life, and truly earnest about doing the right thing. Caroline Leavitt, she came across as mature, articulate, knowing the issues, very much connecting with young people and females. She was confident. She grasped the issues. She did not wilt at all during this debate. So I felt like I think this debate was dominated by Caroline Leavitt and Gail Huff Brown, in my opinion. Obviously, all the candidates except for Russell Prescott took their shots at Matt Mowers, I think for obvious reasons. And the obvious reason, so Julie Sims says Caroline has her vote hands down. The obvious reasons is, Matt is being supported by the Washington D.C. establishment, with a lot of money. So Gail and Tim Baxter and Caroline were taking their shots at Matt. I mean, he has the support of the swamp, and they were going after him. And I gotta say, there were some shots taken at Caroline by Matt and Gail and Tim. I felt like Caroline handled them well. I do think, and I have somewhere in my notes, and I had a little watch party here, and someone said this, so I wrote it down. But somewhere in here, it felt like, Matt was in fact getting a little desperate in this debate. And, as you all know, I ran for the U.S. Senate back in 2020, and using personal stories is a good way to connect the voters. I think Matt went way overboard. And I'm not talking about, what he shared about his mother. I mean, my heart goes out to his mother. And it was, I think, a special moment when he shared that. But it seemed like every answer he tried to throw in a personal story, and it got to be too much. Way, way, way too much. And I think Matt was being a bit desperate, and not standing up to the heat that the other candidates were putting on him. So that's that. Tim Baxter, I thought Tim did much better in this debate than the other debates that I reviewed. He in fact, one of the things I said before is that he sounded angry. Tim did not sound angry tonight. I thought he was on his game. I thought he was making good points. I thought he was passionate without being angry. So I think he did a good job tonight. So Russell Prescott, he's obviously a very thoughtful, serious man. He's been in state politics a lot. I quite frankly think Russell would make a great congressman. It doesn't feel to me like Russell is ready for this kind of competition. And that might be because he got into the race so late. But that's how I felt about Russell. So yeah, here's my notes on, it was the question, about the election integrity, where I wrote down in my notes that Matt is sounding desperate. I do think that's a real issue for Matt. I think the Democrats, if Matt were to win the primary, I think the Democrats are just going to hammer him on this issue of voting both in New Hampshire and in New Jersey in 2016. And what concerns me if he wins the primary, I think we're going to hear that there's an investigation by the U.S. attorney into this, to do nothing but to create a cloud over Matt if he wins. So I believe that's going to be in fact, he said it was politics. Yeah, this is politics. And the Democrats are going to take advantage of it. Let me see this out. I can't even read some of my notes. I think Gail did really, really well with her answer on what's going on in the southern border and talking about the importance of securing the border and borders are important to make America great. I think she did a fine job answering that question. And I also think Caroline did a fine job answering that question and the importance of borders and stopping the flow of drugs coming across the border. And, here in my notes, I made a comment on one of Caroline's answers that she came across tonight as very, very mature. Very mature. And hey, Sean Morrison, how you doing, buddy? Keep stalking me, man. You keep making a fool out of yourself. All right? Yes, this is New Hampshire. I'm at my home in New Hampshire. Sean Morrison is some dude that stalks me on social media all the time. I'm not running for office, Sean, So, but that's okay. Get a life, Sean. Get a life, buddy. So yeah, I thought Caroline came across as very, very mature throughout the entire debate. And I think she did a really, really good job with that. So what else? Just some of my notes here. And, I thought Caroline's closing was really good, as was Gail's. The impeachment question about Biden, they all answered it the same, pretty much. Let me just look at this. Here's another one where I wrote, that was the election integrity question, where I felt like Matt sounded a little bit desperate. And then on the, I thought Tim did a really good job on on the answer about the federal abortion ban. I talked a little bit about that, and Tim really emphasized that he's a pro-life candidate, and that he would vote for a federal abortion ban, although that's not what the Supreme Court said in Dobbs. So I like that he's so passionate about being pro-life, because I'm pro-life, but I think he's off base on any sort of federal abortion ban. So that's that. Are there, any questions? You have any thoughts? If you have thoughts on the debate, let me know what they are. And here's another one. Gail, on the abortion question, talked about her experience in childbirth and going into labor at 20 or 21 weeks. What a heart-wrenching story, and she chose life, and that's just an awesome story. But it's pretty clear that Gail is pro-choice, and that's how she feels about it, and that's certainly her decision. As I said, I'm pro-life. I thought on the housing cost question, I think there were some opportunities missed there. And I think those opportunities are, I think we got to get these zoning and building local laws make it very expensive and very difficult to build housing, to build affordable housing, and that's one of the things that prevents people from building affordable housing. And I think everybody could have done better getting into that. And it's essentially unleashing the power of the American people and the American entrepreneur to build affordable housing. And if the government gets out of the way, that will be done. The other thing is on the energy questions. Here's a point that no one made that I think is very important, and that is, we need to unleash the American oil and gas industry to make us independent again, and to bring back manufacturing to America. Because here's the thing, and this, and I'm going to tie this into climate change. The most effective way for us to have a global impact on climate change is to unleash the American oil and gas industry, bring manufacturing back to America, because we will manufacture things in an environmentally safe way. Right now, this stuff's getting manufactured in China, and they don't care. I mean, they're building right now 300 additional coal-fired power plants in addition to the 1,000 they already have. So by sending manufacturing to China, there's more pollution. If we bring it back here, we'll do it in a more environmentally friendly way. So that's a point I think they could have made about that I think would have been very, very good. So what else? What other things do I have? I thought that was the abortion question, and I thought Gail did well on the election integrity answer. Let me just look at my notes. Caroline, I thought, did well on the border answers. Yeah, I liked when Caroline said, we are having an invasion on the southern border. And that's it. And I think she's the one that said there's been more people entering the country illegally under Biden than there are in the state of New Hampshire. Think about that. So I thought she handled that well. Great debate, really, really great debate. I thought everyone did pretty well. If I had to, gauge winners and losers, I would say Gail and Caroline were neck and neck number one in this debate. I think they were right there with each other. I would say Tim Baxter was right after them, and then Matt Mowers was right after them, and then Russell Prescott. That's how I would grade the debate. So listen, thanks for listening in, and get out and vote, and get out and fight for Republicans no matter who wins the primary, and make sure you get your neighbors to vote, and make sure you get your neighbors to vote Republican in the general election. Thanks so much for listening in, and have a great, great evening. Bye-bye.